Welcome to your core class. We are going to start sitting on our mat, sitting nice and tall. We are going to inhale, and as we exhale, roll the body back. We are warming up here. As we inhale, we're lifting the arms and reaching, growing from our seat. Exhale to roll the body back. We are in full control of this move. We will add on and add a twist here in just a second, but the point here is just to warm up the core and just start to connect with the mat. Exhale, twist. Inhale to reach. And then as you twist to the other side, we're exhaling. And transitioning onto the back, we're still warming up. Make sure that low back is glued into the mat. And we're simply going to drop the right foot and the left foot. We're grounded and rooted in the low back, so the core is not moving. It is just the feet that are dropping. You might feel this in your thighs. Everything is working together, so that's perfectly normal. And now bottoms of the feet to the mat. Let's go ahead and take our hands, take the shoulder blades up off of the mat, and we are just going to crunch here. We are not putting too much pressure on the back of the head or the neck. The hands are behind the head really just to be support. So it's just really a light touch, and you just want to exhale as you crunch right there, keeping that low back glued into the mat, of course. Now let's combine the moves. We're going to bring the shoulder blades up off of the mat, and we are going to drop the feet. Just as we did earlier, we are adding on, making it progressively more difficult. So adding some speed here if you can. Of course, we are remembering to just have those hands as a support for the head, not really doing any hard gripping. We want the core to be doing all of the work. Let's rock and roll to sit nice and tall. Back to that first move that we did, but we're going to add some speed here. We're going to exhale to release that upper body. Even though I'm adding speed, right, I'm still in control here. So make sure you're in control and make sure you're exhaling as you twist side to side. So adding on, making it progressively more difficult. All right, let's add more fire to these movements. So we are supporting ourselves to start on our hands, extend with the low abs, and then we're going to do a full extension with both legs onto the forearms. So there are ways to modify this, and this is how you can modify it. You don't have to float the legs up if you can't, as you see me doing. You can keep the feet to the ground and extend and modify that way to keep yourself moving. You're doing great either way. And make sure you take advantage of our rest periods. We are doing these exercises 30 seconds on, and then we have a 10-second rest in between each move. So make sure you follow along so that you can get adequate stretching and rest throughout the workout. Now we're simply doing a crunch, alternating the right and left leg. Relatively simple, but you want to make sure that low back is grounded into the mat and move with intention as we tuck the legs up and down. Make sure you take advantage of this spinal twist. I love this stretch for the low back and for the abs. And so here we go. We are going to start adding on. So what we're going to do is drop the feet 1, 2, 3, 4, and then scissor for 4. So of course, making sure that low back is grounded. Again, we're progressively adding on, making it more difficult. So that core doesn't move. The core is stable. We're working and firing through our core the whole time, even with this movement with our legs. Are we ready to move on? Yes, we are. So this is the move that we're going to be doing, only we're going to be adding our light hand weights. No heavier than 5 pounds. These are 3 pounds a piece. And so, of course, ground and root through the low back. And then we are just tucking. This is a small movement. So you just want to make sure you are moving with intention, squeezing as you come up, exhaling as you come up, or as you make that little twist. And you want to focus on really engaging those core muscles and keeping that left shoulder off of the mat, as well as keeping your chin off of your chest. Good job. All right, massaging out that low back and then bringing the bottoms of your feet together for bound angle, reclined bound angle, and we're tucking. So extend the arms with the weights and then tuck. That's all it is. Extending and then tucking. Drop those weights if it is too much on your low back, if your form is suffering, or if you feel any pain anywhere. All right, so our next move is going to be a sit-up with a rotation. So ground and root through the low back, slowly make your way up, and then exhale, we'll twist and twist and slowly come down and bring it up. Twist, twist. Good job. Next up, we have bicycles. We want to try to reach our knee to elbow, and we want to try to pause here as we are tucking right and left. So if we are extending the leg, we want to create length and we're activating. We have to, right? If you have ankle weights on, you have to activate through those thighs. Now, let's say you needed extra support, like I did today. You'll keep the feet to the mat and we'll just tuck and alternate without floating that leg. No shame in having to modify. Just make sure you get through the move. So go ahead and extend the legs. We'll go ahead and get a nice stretch before we move on to the next move. So for this move, we are going to want to support ourselves with one hand on the ground, and we are simply just tucking the free leg up. So tucking, engaging the core, and if you need to pad the supporting knee, pad that supporting knee. Okay, adding on, we are going to create a straight line with our arms, and we are going to simply extend the leg directly out and then in front. So taking our time to do this, dropping the weight if needed, also taking the ankle weight off if needed. Definitely you're going to want to concentrate while you're doing this move. And we're in a child's pose here, just releasing that low back, moving through the hips to prepare for our next moves. So grabbing a heavier weight, it's completely up to you if you want to go up a little bit. This is a 5-pound weight. We're supporting ourselves on our left palm, and then we are just tucking. This is called thread the needle in yoga. But as we tuck here, we really want to, or bring that arm through that space we created. We really want to, of course, engage the core and squeeze. More fun moves with the abs. So we're going to extend and float that top leg up and just tuck. So we're in control here fully. As we come down and up, we are keeping integrity with the upper body. We don't want anything relaxed. We can always modify as you see me doing here if that's what you need. Whatever makes sense for your body, you want to listen to your body. But we don't want to do less because we are wanting to be lazy. You want to challenge yourself. Challenging yourself is how we have growth with our fitness journey, is when we challenge ourselves, and when we do things that make us uncomfortable. That is how we are able to grow. All right, we are going to simply come into a forearm plank. Our shoulders are in alignment with the chest. Everything is in line. We want to drop the booty as much as possible. And we're just holding, keeping the hips high, making sure we are shifting the weight forward so the full body is working. Remember, no mountains. Stay strong. All right, so with this move, you're working the full body here, right? But when you bring that knee up, I really want you to crunch. So staying out of that supporting shoulder, hinging forward as we send the leg back, and then really tucking as we bring the knee forward. So make sure you are moving with intention and you're listening to your body as you are going through this movement. Sitting nice and tall, roll the shoulders back. We will start by extending that left leg, rolling back, not all the way back, but just extending, and right before that low back hits the ground, bringing it right back up. So I've got a little speed with this move here. You can move a little slower if you need to. It is all about what works best for you. But as you can see, I'm extending and pointing my leg and keeping life in that leg as we move through this move. Extending the legs into the sky and just bringing the hands under your hips here. We are going to extend one leg, extend the other, and then send the legs out straight. Send the legs out straight. Nice and smooth here. Shoulder blades are up off of the mat. And rock it on up, fold forward, release the low back. And we are coming back to our backs and hands under our hips. We're going to lower, lift, so lower, flutter, flutter, bring it up, lift the hips, lower, flutter, flutter, bring it up, lift the hips. Keep going. Flipping it back over, we're going to come to a full plank here, and we are just stepping the feet out right and left past the mat. So just stepping, stepping, nice strong plank. You can also do this from the forearms if need be. All right, we are almost done. About 6 minutes. Forearm plank here. You're doing great. We're dropping the knee, then dropping both knees. Drop, drop, drop. Staying strong in that forearm plank. Doing the best that you can. I know you might be tired, but keep pushing through. We are almost there. Now just a preview of our next move. We're walking our hands out just a bit, and then we're rocking the hips down and bringing the leg up. So this is one of those moves where you have to really feel it, you have to do it, and then adjust as needed. So walking the hands up and out, and then controlling that leg up as I lift the leg. Also keeping that hip off of the mat, just slightly touching, so the core is really working the entire time. And as we're moving through the other side, maybe notice the differences between the sides in terms of form and performance. I know this side is my struggle side. It is my struggle side no matter what I'm doing. But don't let that deter you from doing the same thing on the other side. You just have to be more mindful as you transition with each side. More forearm plank fun with a twist. So we're dropping the hip, side plank reach. Drop, drop, side plank reach. Shoulders are stacked. We are in full control of this move. Can be done on the knees if need be. Mindful of our form. Okay, so for this next move, it's going to be a full body crunch. I am removing the ankle weights because personally I am worn out at this point in the workout. Have had a long week of training, and so my body is just like, drop the ankle weights. We're just doing a full body pike here and taking our time, feeling every muscle peel up from the mat and then extend. I was going to take this last part out of the video, but I decided to leave it in to show you how you want to just push through a workout when it's really difficult. So doing hollow backs or hollow abs, whatever you like to call it, I'm usually pretty strong with this move, but just completely done. So if you're good to go, I want you to do the hollow back and I want you to hold. It's 30 seconds. But here I'm pushing through and I am modifying by putting one foot on the ground and still doing the move just with modification. This is how you want to work out all the time. That way you get the benefit of the workout without quitting. And now it's time to stretch. So taking the knees right and left, getting that really juicy spinal twist and stretch for our core, rocking right and left. Folding forward here if possible, releasing that low back. Let's stretch that side body. Reach, reach, reach. Switching sides. And then transitioning to the middle of the mat or the center of the mat. We'll inhale to bring the arms up. Grabbing your wrist, really exhaling into that stretch. Should feel really, really good. This is one of my favorite stretches. Rotate your wrist as you bring the arms down. Take the head right. Gently place your hand on the side of the head to intensify that stretch. Again, should feel really good and hopefully feel really proud of yourself because this was not an easy workout. I thank you all so much for watching, for training with me, and I will see you in the next workout.